Hello everyone, I'm back again with a new video. Hope this video will benefit you as well as you will enjoy the video. So, usually I will start the video with an inspirational quote. Here it's quoted that if they say it's impossible for them, not for you. So sometimes it happens in everyone's life, not actually sometimes, it often happens to us that while doing something we are discouraged by others. They say that it's impossible. So instead of getting discouraged, we should instead of stepping back, we should move forward by keeping a positive thinking in mind that impossible things may be for those who are telling, not for us. We have full capability to achieve whatever we want to achieve in our life. So please move ahead towards the goal that you want to achieve with full confidence in yourselves. So I will start with topic. I will discuss a topic. Normally, I have often observed during my teaching career, especially when I dealt with the students of B.Ed. Especially, it happens to the newcomers. They often get confused with the term growth and development. It's become difficult for them to distinguish these two terms. So, in this video, I will show some similarity. I will discuss some similarities at the same time, the differences that will make you to satisfy your not to satisfy actually, that will make you to clear your confusion. So let's start with the discussion. See, often whenever you will learn something about growth and development, whenever we will discuss about that is child psychology, at the very beginning we are taught about growth and development, and mostly these two terms are used interchangeably. That means in synonymous. Sometimes in place of growth, the term development is used. Sometimes in place of development, the term growth is used. So both relate to that is measurement. No matter whether it is growth or development, both the terms, the common similarity, the common ness of these two terms are that both are related to the measurement of changes that occur in an individual after that is conception. We will not say that from birth, but at the beginning of that is at the beginning of formation of life. That means from the process of fertilization till the that is till womb. That means from conception till the womb and individual, whatever changes take place in an individual, all the things can be measured. And these two terms, growth and development, are related to that measurement of the changes, whatever changes that take place from the conception or the beginning of life till the womb. Okay, in that is you can say that in wider sense, like if you are that means if we go little depth, if we go little deeper, in that case the maturity, when an individual attain maturity, during the process of learning, so many learning experiences are gathered. All the that is changes that take place due to the interaction between the heredity and environment in an individual, all these things come under these two topics. Okay, so though some similarities are there in both the in cases, both the terms helps in measuring the changes of an individual that take place, that starts from womb and then ends at tomb. Okay, but there are some specific differences. Actually, this specific differences will help someone to understand the concept of these two terms, growth and development, more clearly. Okay, so one by one some differences we will discuss. I hope that these differences will help you to understand the proper meaning or the concept of these two terms. Okay, so let's start discussing the differences between growth and development. First, the term growth. Whenever we are talking about growth, we are simply talking something purely physical. Okay, we are talking about division of cell that will ultimately helps in increasing the body structure of an individual. We discuss about the that is increase in the size, height, length and weight of an individual. Okay, so whenever we talk about growth we talk about something which is purely physical. Okay, but if we are talking about that is development, then we will discuss about overall changes. Okay, not only physical or mental or you can say emotional, not like that. All the dimensions will fall under this category. Okay, overall change together we call as development. Okay, overall changes, not only the physical, it will that is in the functioning, how skillfully an individual is able to do something, how that is precisely an individual is able to discuss something, explain something. All these things along with the physical thing also will come under this category. That means growth is just a part of development. Development is a broader aspect and the growth is a narrower aspect. Growth is a part of development where growth only tells about physical things, but whenever we discuss with the term development, then we take everything into consideration. Okay, so this is the first differences between growth and development. I think you have understood it. So if we relate this term, whenever we are talking about physical growth, this term is very much related to this. That means you can quantify, quantitative aspect only comes under this. That means suppose if someone is increasing in its height, it can be measured, it can be expressed into quantity. If someone's weight is increasing, that also can be expressed in quantity. So that all those aspects of growth are quantitative in nature. Okay, they can be easily quantified. But in case of development, we whatever, it's mainly qualitative. Okay, it's mainly qualitative, like how skillfully an individual is uh, doing something, how that is how creatively, how innovatively someone is doing something. All those things can't be measured. These all are creativity, then skill, power. These things are not very that is possible to measure in quantity. So all these qualitative aspects fall in the category of that is development. Whereas in growth, we simply, in strict sense, whenever we talk about growth, we mainly talk about quantitative aspects of an individual. Okay, the changes that can be quantified, all those things comes under this process. Okay, so next point, I think this point number 2 also you have understood. Next point is whenever we talk about growth, the we are talking about a particular aspect of the body. Okay, like suppose as we that is become age as we are aging, along with that is along with the body structure, other changes also take place. Okay, but whenever we discuss about growth, we talk about a particular aspect. We don't take that's what I said, that growth is just a part of development. We are talking about something very particular. We talking about only physical things. We are not talking about the changes, overall changes in an individual. That's why development describes, it is just a part. You just simply remember, growth is just a part of development, and the development is the whole thing. Okay, that describes all the dimensions, all the aspects, like it can be cognitive, it can be affective, it can be that is psychomotor, all kind of changes, measurable, non measurable, qualitative, quantitative, everything will come under development. But in case of growth, it's just a, we talking about a particular aspect. That's why it is just a part of development. Now the growth, it's a subject of measurement. You can easily measure the physical changes in an individual. Suppose someone, just now whatever I said, it's very much related to the point 2, like quantity are always measurable, it can be measured. Like if if someone is growing in height, if someone is growing in that is size or weight, it can be easily measured. So the growth are always subject to measurement. Okay, but development is not. Development cannot be, it's very difficult. Only physical aspect can be measured, but rest of the changes that take place in an individual, that starts from conception and continues throughout, it cannot be measured. It's not very difficult to measure. It's not like as in case of growth, the way we can measure the changes. In case of development, it's very difficult to measure directly. Suppose in case of, if you are trying to measure the intelligence of an individual, so we need to that is find out the IQ. We need to test IQ. So directly it cannot be done. You need to ask some question related to different categories, or you can give some performance based tests can also be taken, and ultimately with the help of that in IQ of an individual can be find out. But in case of growth, see the size, height, length, weight, everything can be measured directly and with ease. But in case of that development, it's not possible. Okay, now I think those who you have that common basic knowledge, you have that the difference between the plants among the living organism, the basic difference between the plants and animals are, the plants they grow throughout their life until they die. The plants grow, but the rate of growth changes, it varies. But in case of sorry, in case of animals, if we are talking about human beings or any other animal, we do not grow till end. After attaining a specific age, our physical growth stops. Like in case of human beings, we grow till the age of maximum 19 to 20. It varies till we attain the adulthood. As soon as we attain adulthood, our growth stops. So growth do not take place throughout life, but development is a continuous process. It never ceases. Okay, development is continuous. It starts from womb and um goes through throughout the life. So suppose suppose uh, we learn till end. Many people are there, they have the what to say, they are very just they are very much eager to learn something new. They are thirst to learn something. They spend their whole life to acquire new knowledges. So when they acquire new knowledge, what happens? The cognitive development keeps on going. Then suppose in the walk of life, every day we get some learning experiences, and every day we learn something new, and that's how what happens, our the process of development keeps going. So that's in that sense, development, it is a continuous process. It goes from womb to womb, and it does not end with the attainment of maturity. Like in case of growth, growth ceases at the attainment of maturity, but in case of development, it continues. Okay, the changes, however small they may be, continue throughout lifespan of an individual. No matter when we are uh, getting to know something very minor, or we are getting to know something very superior, but still all those small or big learning experiences help us to grow continuously. Okay, so that is another difference between growth and development. Now the growth, that is may, or that is a very important thing. Sometimes in the exam, the quotation is given that like growth, sometimes what happens, there may be growth in an individual, but that may not bring any development, because many children are there, they are obese. That means due to consumption of high carbohydrate, the body weight increases, and they become very fat, they become extremely fat, and when they are called as obese. So in such case, what happened, the child is growing in its size, it's growing fat, but in terms of functional improvement, that means whatever qualitative changes the child should acquire, all those changes are not found in the individual. In that case, what will happen, it will be said that the growth is taking place, but there is no that is there is no development. Development is not taking place. In case, suppose development also possible, though we have said that growth is just a part of development, still sometimes we can say that growth, just because growth is a part, if that particular part is neglected, in that case also we can say that development is taking place. Suppose someone is, due to some hereditary factor or due to some environmental factor, the child may not grow in height or weight. That means optimum physical development is not taking place, but the child is functional improvement is very much there. There is full social, emotional, intellectual development is, changes are very much that is found, but the physically the individual is not growing. So in that case, we can say that here development is taking place but not growth. So may growth is possible without development. Again, development is also possible without growth. So don't get confused. Okay, growth is just a part. That's why growth is taking place, but in that case we will not, that means if the child is growing physically, but other that is other changes are not found, like emotional, social, those aspects of development. I'm really very sorry. So those aspects of development are not visible. In that case, growth is said to be possible without development. Same way, development is also possible without growth. Okay, in this case physical growth is not taking place, but the individual is growing, like other aspects of development, whatever, like social, emotional, all those aspects of development are very much shown by the individual. In that case we will say that that's how we can say that development is possible without growth. Okay, so uh, from this point, we one more differences can be that is point out here, that growth is observable. We can observe. Okay, but uh, development, it some of the aspects, like if the child is growing socially, emotionally, that is intellectually, in that case we cannot say that it can be observed. You cannot say someone very intelligent by seeing his external feature. So in that case development is not observable. Okay, so that is another difference we can point out. So we can say that the child growth may or may not bring development, but development, uh, if we are talking about development, maybe physical, if we exclude the physical aspect, in that case other that is changes, uh, other changes in the developmental aspects keep growing. Okay, so this is this much is the differences between growth and development. Hope your confusion regarding growth and development has cleared little bit. uh, I will wind up the video here, as you have understood that I'm not well. Still, very much thank you for watching my previous videos and supporting me continuously. uh, Keep supporting me by liking and sharing my videos. At last I want to make you careful about the second wave of coronavirus. Don't take the things very carelessly. Whenever you uh, go out with all the precautionary measure. Keep yourself and your near and dear ones safe. So, bye for now. Uh, Please do share and like the video. And for getting continuous notification, don't forget to hit the bell icon. Okay, bye for now.